second day at the World Travel Market 2013, and I'm with Mrs. Fatima's Jumjai. Hello.
Hello.
It's my second interview with you.
And it's so good to see you.
I know, it's really good to see you too. So the World Travel Market is said to have boosted England's economy by £160 million. What are the figures like for the Gambia in comparison to this?
Well, I think the figures are very good for us in that this winter season alone, the Gambia is outsold. Outsold in the sense that we have more tourists than we have hotel beds.
Wow.
And here, this WTM is also very good. We can see that our numbers are going to double. And when the numbers double, the revenue also follows suit. We have tour operators saying that they're going to extend the season. They start in October and they go all the way to June. So this is going to help us to achieve our all-year-round tourism objective. So already we are going to move from a 6-month destination to a 9-month destination. And you can imagine what that will do to the economy. I see tour operators fighting for the destination, but we don't have beds. So our numbers also are going to double, if not triple, because of this WTM.
Well, that's really good. Now, tourism is obviously a major influence to the economy of the Gambia. So, but just how important is it?
Tourism creates jobs. Tourism alleviates poverty in that tourism is a cross-cutting sector. It is the only sector that touches the hearts of every household. In that, from the cleaners at the airport, to the porters at the airport, to the taxi drivers, to the juice pressers, the fruit sellers, the restaurant owners, the hoteliers, the waiters, the waitresses, the butchers, the fishmongers, they all benefit from tourism. So if tourism prospers, the economy of the Gambia prospers. The economy of the Gambia grew by 2.8% last year, according to the IMF, and tourism have a role to play in that. It was because of a rebound in agriculture and also the growth in tourism. And this winter season, we also saw the arrival of a Polish flight, direct from Poland to the Gambia with 240 passengers. So things are looking good, and there are other people interested. Tourism in the Gambia should be everybody's business because it pays the bills for so many people, and it puts food on the table for so many people. Even the guides, official tourist guides, they're young people and they're benefiting from tourism also. So it's very, very important. I look forward to the day that I will be #1 in terms of contribution to gross domestic product. Right now they're telling me it's agriculture, but I think it's me, tourism.
I'm sure it's you, or it'll be you very soon. Now there's thousands of there's countries all over the world here. There's Africa, Europe, America. How is small little Gambia gonna outsell or sell itself?
Small little Gambia has been very busy. Our stand yesterday was even busier than today. There is a lot of demand for us now. I think we've been very busy trying to create the required awareness. In addition to the existing tour operators, we have seen interest from others also. We have seen interest from a company called Cordial Group in Canary Islands, interested in managing certain hotels in the Gambia. And they're also willing to go into partnership with hotel owners to invest and manage and bring in their international brand. And you know, Canary Islands in the Gambia is about 2 hours away. We also have a new business, those that lease, the management company that is going to handle Ocean Bay and Sun Beach, they're also here. Why are they here? Because they're meeting with the tour operators to try and block the rooms, to secure some bookings. We also have a very dynamic businessman who's been in the tourism sector for the longest possible time. He flew in this morning just to conduct some meetings with some tour operators. So that in itself, young and old, everybody is interested. So we are very busy. I think we have a total of 32 meetings this WTM. That is outside of the walk-ins, because people walk in and you have to make time to talk to them. I spoke to somebody not so long ago interested in aviation. And so if people walk in and they ask, yes, there are lots of opportunities in the Gambia. Yes.
So, and obviously you've got the upcoming Roots Festival as well. That is obviously a major.
It is a major event. It is a major tourist attraction. It's called heritage tourism, which is another way to bring people in the Gambia when what is now outsold will be a little bit free. The rooms will be free around that particular period. And of course we have the Kunta Kinte Island. Kunta Kinte Island, we all know Alex Haley's book Roots. Kunta Kinte is a Gambian. And we usually take them through the Roots pilgrimage experience. And we also have the Rites of Passage, the Foot and Path, which is actually hosted and funded by His Excellency the President. He participates in that Foot and Path from morning all the way to evening. And we expose the participants to the families in Kanilai. They adopt them. The families in Kanilai will adopt the participants, the Roots participants, give them a local name, and they will be the ones to bring them to the ceremony the next morning. So it is an exciting journey, and I think people should go back to their roots and know where we're coming from, and to also know and appreciate where we came from to this particular level.
Now, talking about how busy the Gambian stand is, I've actually gone past, is it Abu Dhabi? And I was surprised to see it's not as busy as the Gambian.
No, I think one thing with my team, they've been very busy trying to fix appointments. I think, the team in London is headed by Ida Jengjai. And really, she's done very well in even coordinating the stand, actually taking care of the decorations and making sure we are all fed. But not only that, but also securing the appointments. Like I said, she managed to get 32 appointments. So we are busy. Every single day we are busy. And we have people who admire us, who admire the Gambia, who also admire the good things that we are doing in tourism, to the extent that I have received about 4 ministers, my colleagues from Africa, trying to learn from us how we are doing it and trying to look at us partnering together so that they can also develop their countries. What I did was I sent my technical team to go and meet with one of them, and I will meet with the rest maybe tomorrow. But there is an interest in us. Yes.
Now, obviously, I'm all for the young people, and I actually got a leaflet earlier on is it Camp Africa, I believe it's called, and then to kind of work with young people in Gambia. Is it like a study abroad program? What exactly? I
think it's a study abroad program, and then the Camp Africa program have been on for a number of years now. In fact, I'm launching the program in London. I think it's on the 7th during the WTM. I'm delivering a statement just to launch it. Camp Africa is good because I think the kids in Europe need to be exposed to Africa. Because Africa, despite our small challenges, we are still well brought up in terms of discipline. We tend to excel in everything that we do. And I think there are no limitations for us in Africa, for the young people in Africa. They are given so many opportunities. You can only but succeed, unless if you don't want to. So the Camp Africa project we are supporting through the Gambia Tourism Board. They come every year whereby they bring students with a fixed activity. They all have activities to do, different types of things to do, and to meet with different types of people. So it is a very good program for the young people.
I think it's really good because I've seen all these study abroad programs on going to Senegal and other parts of Africa, but I've never actually seen one for the Gambia.
It is happening. In fact, it is more frequent from the American side. I remember recently I was in a university in Atlanta whereby they're talking about study abroad programs, but they didn't know that we can also offer those type of facilities and those type of services, whereby we can link them with either the Camp Africa project or the University of the Gambia. I think it's good. I think people should come and spend some time in Africa so that they can develop themselves, so that they can understand and appreciate how other people, with the little we have, we are excelling and we are doing much better than anywhere else. We are very happy. And there is no way we can stand and we will not be heard. You don't speak and you will not be heard, because we go through the rigorous training at home and we know that this is our culture. These are the norms and the values. There are certain things, the do's and the don'ts, and we're still okay. And you find so many of us now in certain key positions in the Gambia because we are encouraged, we are empowered, in particular the girls. They seem to be doing better than the boys. So the boys will have to play catch up.
I'm sure they will in a couple of years. Yeah.
They'll have to catch up.
Isn't there something similar to the Camp Africa for the Roots Festival?
Well, I think the Roots Festival, we can also create something similar, whereby young people will come to go through the experience for Roots, and then after the Roots, we can have a back-to-back program. We just have to repackage it based on the demand. We can package it in such a way that they participate in the Roots, and then after the Roots, you can do the other activities which we can develop, because we have so many things that we can do. And around that time, the kids will still be in school. So it will not be a problem to develop a package. It is possible.
Obviously, on our last interview, we spoke more in depth about the Roots Festival. And so how have things moved on from then? We wanted music, fashion.
Okay, fashion is a given. It's easy. Music, there's a gentleman, I think he's called Richard. Richard is trying to work on a package, a program. And he's coming to the Gambia in December. And when he is in the Gambia in December with his other people, we can now develop the program, but he's looking into that. I know there are certain names that are interested in coming. Some Jamaicans, a very famous one is like Sizzler. I think Sizzler is very much interested.
But we want the Gambian artists themselves.
Well, the Gambian artists are also there, so we can organize it. I think, you will have to join Richard to come on, because I'm not young and I'm getting old and I don't know who the young artists are and I don't know which type of music is appealing to the young people. Perhaps I can get my son to be part of the team, because they can work on it. Okay. But I think Richard is already developing something for it, because he attended our last meeting, and I think he's working on the December activity. And then whilst they're there in December, we can now meet and develop a musical program for the young people for May. It is possible.
That'll be good.
And the weather is beautiful in May.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, and you have to come.
Inshallah.
He attended our last meeting, and I think he's working on the December activity. And then whilst they're there in December, we can now meet and develop a musical program for the young people for May. Ida's role is international marketing, keeping in touch with the tour operators, because tourism is not from the Gambia. Tourism is from the source countries like England, Netherlands, and all the other countries around. Now, Ida's role is to make sure she keeps the relationship going. Work on trade fairs like this, and she doesn't just stop in the UK. She'll be responsible for Germany, for Spain, all the other activities in Europe. We have PR representatives in most of the European countries now. She is the one that keeps in touch with them and try to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. And just be there in terms of tourism. For any inquiries, the office is there to help them. Although we have a website, but it's always good to have these personal interactions with tourists. And UK is a very important market for us. Majority of our tourists are from Britain, so it's easy and it's better for them to know that there's an office, there's somebody there that we can really go to, and if you have any doubts, you just phone them and then she will solve your problem. And she's doing a great job also for that matter. And of course, without the embassy's help, we will not have an office. So also they're contributing towards tourism by providing us a nice space to occupy and do our job. Yes.
Well, I guess I'll see you in May.
Yes, you have to come. Or maybe I'll come before you come.
Okay.
You never know, because we met a couple of weeks ago, and I'm
I
here
know,
again.
I know,
Yes.
yeah. It's so lovely doing a second interview with you.
And I have to
Hopefully,
update you guys.
I'll have you on again.
Yes.
I'm with Benjamin Roberts, the Director General of the Gambia Tourism Board. So, Benjamin, what does your job kind of involve?
Well, the job is quite multifaceted. Perhaps before I answer what the job entails, maybe let me just give you an overview in terms of the Gambia Tourism Board and what is it that we do. The Gambia Tourism Board is actually mandated by government through the Ministry of Tourism and Culture to implement the policies conceived under that ministry, the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, to promote tourism, to promote the Gambia as a tourism destination. The Gambia Tourism Board is created through an Act of Parliament in 2011, and one of our key objectives is to actually oversee the industry. Now, the overseeing of that industry includes the implementation of the policies as I indicated, but promoting the destination, working on product development as well, ensuring that issues of standards are also enforced through the various regulations of the Gambia Tourism Board regulation. So in a nutshell, this is the overall mandate of the Gambia Tourism Board. Now, what does the job entail? The job entails anything from marketing and promoting the destination.
How do you go about doing this? Where do you start?
Well, marketing and promoting of the destination, there are various forms to it. Actually, our participation here at the World Travel Market is one aspect of that. To market, well, thank you very much. Well, the credit goes really to the marketing team. They're also here, so I have to give credit where credit is due. But the attending of trade fairs is one aspect of marketing. Engagement of public relations and marketing firms is another aspect of marketing. E-marketing platform, because the younger generation today, they find out about the destinations through the internet, because you have all these smartphones, iPhones, iPads. So e-marketing is another avenue as well.
I feel like I'm in a tourism marketing class.
Well, you
it's
are.
Good I'm taking so much in. Yeah.
Yes, you are. So the marketing is multifaceted, and we go about it in different ways. We participate in regional trade fairs, like the Aquaba, for example. International trade fairs, we participate in today at WTM, we participate at Fitur, which is in Spain. We also participate at ITB, which is in Germany. So these are ways of coming directly into contact with the tour operators, with the airlines, with the PR and marketing firms, with the travel agents, with the newspapers and the magazines. So this is a forum really to give us that opportunity to engage directly with our partners, if you will. And of course, the marketing also extends to the Gambia Hotel Association, because we work with them. because they're the ones who are at the receiving end. They are the ones that actually receive the tourists and receive the, the money. We also work with joint marketing partners, the likes of Thomas Cook, the likes of the likes of Berger and Myers. So we work with all these people for them to help sell the destination abroad. And of course, the marketing also, in a way, is tied to the Tourism Travel Association of the Gambia as well. So we work with all these people to market the destination.
The Gambia Tourism Board obviously works with hotels and restaurants and whatnot to the standards that they have to work at and keep at. How do you work with these people? I mean, what are the standards that they have to reach?
Well, I think this is work in progress. The standards at which the hotels or the restaurants have to operate at is actually guided by what is contained in the regulations, the Gambia Tourism Board regulations. If we take the hotels as an example, hotels find themselves in various categories. In the Gambia, we have the 5-star, the 4-star, the 3-star, the 2-star, and the 1-star hotels. Yes. So depending on what star classification you're at, determines what are the standards that you have to meet.
There's a regulation for each star.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's a classification document that provides what are the criteria that hotels have to meet in terms of 5-star classifications, and 4-star, and the 3, and the 2, and 1. I'll give you a quick example. For a 5-star hotel, for you to be classified as a 5-star hotel, you have to provide internet services within the premises of your hotel. Whether it's wide area network or whether it's Wi-Fi is up to you, but you have to provide internet service. In terms of the size of the rooms, the size of the rooms should be bigger in a 5-star compared to a 4-star. In terms of amenities within the hotel room, for example, you have to, for women, for example, you have to have hair dryers, blowers. Exactly. So these are all small things that goes into determining whether this is a 5-star or this is a 4-star. Exactly.
Now you touched a little bit on the internet kind of communication aspect of things, which is always a major kind of concern for people coming from here or outside of Africa and going into Africa. They worry, oh, am I going to be able to keep in touch with my family out there? What is the communication like in the Gambia?
The communication is improving. Gambia really, we are blessed in the sense that IT has actually been in the forefront. Of late, progress has been made vis-a-vis the ACE cable that has been launched, covering a number of West African countries, of which Gambia is a part. I think we were actually in the pilot phase. It's been tested. We are waiting for it to be launched. Why is the ACE important? The ACE is important because earlier I spoke about the e-marketing platform, because it's one of the most common ways in which tourists, especially the young ones, are now finding out about destinations. So with the ACE, with the increase in the broadband width, what you realize is what you could perhaps have done prior to ACE in 10 minutes, you could perhaps now do in 5 or 3. So in terms of speed, the speed, improves, yeah? But not only that, what you would realize is when it comes to e-marketing and advertising and promotions, on terms of the internet, it's all about space and bandwidth. So the bigger the space, the better the bandwidth, the more information it is that you're able to display. I'll give you an example. If I want to put all of these on the internet, it's lots of pictures, yeah? So you see that, if I'm using, a local area network, for example, it would take longer for this to be there. Or let me just use an example of 3G. If I wanted to launch this on our website and I'm running a 3G platform, it would take a whole lot time longer than if I was launching this on a 4G platform. And this is why the internet is important, and this is why connectivity is important, exactly. Because everything about tourism is marketing, paraphernalia, brochures, which are all colorful, lots of pictures, and you need bandwidth to be able to do some of those things on the internet, yeah.
And obviously with the introduction of Skype, Viber, and WhatsApp, etc., can people use this when they're out in the Gambia? I know they can, because I speak to some people on Viber and whatnot, but the connection is very, very poor. How are you working to improve this?
Well, we're hoping that with the launching of the ACE, all of those things will be improved. The ACE has been, the connectivity is there. It has been tested for, I think, a couple of hours, and everything worked well. But now it's for it to be launched, and we are waiting on the launching. What is hindering the launching is some of the players, the ISP providers, are yet to conform to the required standards, for them to be, for the ACE to be launched. So that is what is causing the delay. But once that is done, the social media and these new platforms that you talk about, the Skype, the Viber, and the WhatsApp, all of those platforms would begin to operate at the speed that people expect them to operate on. Yes. But at the level of the Gambia Tourism Board as well, we're looking at developing apps, and that also, the ACE would also help in that regard, because we're working on looking into putting up a GIS mapping of the tourism development area, on the back of which we would now create marketing applications, where if a tourist comes to the Gambia and he has that app, if he wants to find out about restaurants, with the press of a button, you could have a list of restaurants. If you click on the particular restaurant, it will give you more information, perhaps show you pictures of the restaurant, tell you the address, tell you the phone number, how to get there exactly. So these are things that we're conceptualizing for 2014.
So
yes.
You work very closely with these restaurants and hotels.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We do.
So how does the Gambian Tourism Board in the Gambia, which you're a part of, work together with the Gambian Tourism Board in the UK? That Ida's part of?
Well, Ida is part and parcel of us. He's an extension of the Gambia Tourism Board in the UK.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we work directly.
You're her boss? Okay.
Yeah, so we work directly. She works for the Gambia Tourism Board, but her office happens to be in the UK.
In the UK. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a kind of, is it just in the UK, or do you have a representative everywhere else?
Well, the only representative office that we have at the moment is the UK. In 2014, we're going to open one in Nigeria. And we have other plans in other countries, but that is perhaps at the conception stage. So what we try in the destinations that we do not have presence, we engage PR and marketing firms to represent us there. Like in
Nigeria, is it because do you get a lot of people from Nigeria visiting the Gambia?
It's quite an important market, especially for the summer months.
Okay, I actually met someone on the bus today.
Yes.
That he's Nigerian, and he was telling me, he said he recently went to Gambia, and he was talking about Benachin and all that stuff.
Yes, Nigeria is quite an important market, and that is why we're focusing on that particular market in West Africa. Not only, is it close proximity, so getting there is not a problem, because we have Arik Air, and Gambia Bad is also looking into flying into Nigeria. But beyond that, the Nigerians have deep pockets, and those are the sort of tourists that we want to come and spend.
All right. Yeah. Are you working with any other airlines?
Yes, we work with Gambia Bird. Of course, it's a national carrier, so we try and see how we support them. We partnered, we had intention to partner at the Aquaba, and I know that we were together at Fitur in Spain of last year, and we had plans to work with them in the future as well.
Are you working with them for the upcoming Roots Festival?
Yes, they're also players in the upcoming Roots Festival.
Tell us a bit more about this. I've spoken to the minister about it, but what's your kind of views and whatnot?
No, I think, the Gambia has had roots for quite some time, and it is our view at the level of the GT board and the ministry as well that perhaps we have not done a good job in terms of marketing the roads, and that is one of the reasons why recently the minister was on a campaign in the United States and also in the United Kingdom to help promote roads. We believe that we've really not leveraged the product as it is. We think that roads, Jufure, a whole host of strategy needs to go into revamping the product as it were. So these are some of the things that we are looking at. It's quite an important cultural aspect of tourism in the Gambia. Yes, and we believe that we could do something. So we could really revamp that market, that product. As we speak, we are working on a strategy, to revamp Jufure as it were, and we believe that, we would begin to see a difference in that product in 2014, 2015, 2016.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Well, best of luck on that.
Thank you.
It was lovely speaking to you.
Same here.
Hopefully I'll see you another time.
Okay,
or
Haddie.
in the Roots.
It's my pleasure. Yes.
Yeah, nice
Okay then.
speaking to you. Hi, I'm Haddie and this is InterFace Gambia. I'm live at the Indigo O2 for the UK Afrobeats Festival 2013. I'm going to be speaking to a few artists backstage and also find out about the upcoming Afrobeats UK Festival that they're taking to the Gambia in December. I'm with May 7.
Hello, hi, how are you?
I'm good. You look so beautiful. Your braids, earrings.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
goodness. Okay, so what songs have you got out at the moment?
I've got some collaborations out at the moment. I don't have my own single out yet because I've been busy doing other people's stuff. Got one with Chingy, US rapper Chingy, Fallin', featuring me and InterFace. Love that track, so look out for it. Go and support it on YouTube and everything else before it comes out. I've got one with Mr. 2K and my logo called Bobo Gaga, produced by Triple O Productions. Hot track. It's just been playlisted on Capital Extra again, so we've got another track playlisted, so we're real happy about that as well. Thank you. And I have a track out with Alexandra Burke called Ooh La La. That's out, yeah, in the public domain. So yeah. Thank you.
So when are you thinking of working towards like your own stuff and an album?
I mean, I'm currently I'm always working on my own stuff. I don't tend to do collaborations, usually run away from them. But, you know, my management were like, you know, you need to start embracing other people and let their audience embrace you too. So, you know, I listened to a few of the tracks, and the ones that I thought I could add value to, I was kind of, you know, just jumped to them.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
because it's really good to kind of collaborate. You get those people's fans will kind of know your fans. And
the idea was sold to me, so, you know, I've tried them. You know, some are doing better than the others, but, you know, I put 100% into everything I do, so.
How do you think Afrobeats in general is doing?
It's doing real good. It's doing really, really good. It's growing at a fast pace. You know, there's a few. We're not quite where we need to be yet. We're still maybe 5 years away from getting there. But as long as we keep putting out good music, you know, promoters keep putting on events like Afrobeats Music Festival and just pushing it in people's faces, it will go further and surpass like reggae, ragga music, even grime music. So yeah, the platform's there.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's up, your girl? May 7, and you're watching InterFace Gambia on Ben TV every single Friday. Make sure you keep watching it. Take care. Love you all. Goodbye. God bless. 10-10.
I'm with Mr. Silva. Hello.
How you doing, Ndure?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. I watched your performance on stage. It was really, really good.
Everybody, are you ready? People going at you. I am one chipping. I am pretty. I'm crackling and pitching. When hoping, round two and over again. I'm in the battle hole. In the back and walk. I'm in the back and go in. In the back and walk off. So it's spinning up. You never know. So you get it slow. But I already know. So close. I wanna stay so.
We thank you for welcoming us back home, and in the spirit of Marcus Garvey, who left with us this saying, forwards ever, back backwards, never. We are one people. Thank you, sisters and brothers of the Gambia.
Every year, the smallest country in Africa holds an international reunion. Most of these people attending the festival have probably never met before, but they will all share something in common. Purest love for their motherland dearest, Africa. Also, the heritage which goes back to the days of slavery. A shameful trade which led to the separation of their true history, identity, cultural traditions, while preventing unity amongst them and the African continent. The people of the Gambia have come out to welcome their cousins from around the world. This is what brought these people more than 5,000 miles across the world. The true culture of Africa. The reunion creates an atmosphere in which sweet and sometimes bitter memories are revisited.
Immediate Money Worldwide Money Transfer Service, Gambia's first international financial institution with offices globally. We're here to serve you. Send and receive money worldwide. We have thousands of payout locations around the world. We are fast, secure, reliable, simple, and easy to use. For businesses, we can settle your bills and invoices abroad, all major currencies. You can reach our friendly customer service teams in Gambia, 437-9917, or in UK office 0203-174-0659. Check our website on www.immediatemoney.com. Immediate Money, born in Africa but truly international.
Loved all the dancing as well.
Thank you once again.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing the Afrobeats?
I started like 3 years ago with Bonse Mami. You know what I'm saying? That was a very good smash hit. One of the original first Afrobeat tracks from the UK. So yeah, that was my first track 3 years ago.
You've got a new single that's coming out that you played for us.
Yeah, that's right. A new single called Dance Low, aka Kotosa, which will be coming out this month. So look out for that track. That track is a big track, you know what I'm saying? Perform it tonight exclusively at the Afrobeats Music Festival. So yeah, that was good, man.
What do you think about the whole concept behind Afrobeats Music Festival and organizing festivals that are featuring Afrobeats artists and promoting them?
I think it's very good that we are promoting from the UK and bringing the organic African as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need that. So that's a good thing. I think it's great that it's happening.
How more do you think we can do this and push it more onto the worldwide?
I think that if all Africans within the community come together, whether you're Ugandan, Zambian, Ghanaian, Somalian, you know what I'm saying? If we come together and support each other, we will excel. Like I said, look at the Chinese people. When they do things, they support each other, they excel. Look at the Indian people, they support each other, they excel.
We need to,
you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get over this pride and get over certain things and focus and do things.
Because we all work towards one goal, you know?
Definitely. That's what we need to do. That's what I believe. So, yeah.
Okay, all right. Thanks for talking to me, Mr. Silva.
No problem.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
What's going on, people? Myself, Mr. Silva, InterFace Gambia on Ben TV. Hey, papa. Me see me tana avame, me see me tana ajame, me see boom boom ta, beat na ajame boom boom ta, rana yansa boom boom ta, beat na ajame, hey baba, I am a diamond girl, I am a diamond girl, oh oh oh.
I met up with a Gambian, Os, and he's here for the Afrobeats UK Festival. Hello, Os.
Hello, Haddie.
You alright?
I'm good, yeah.
How are you finding the show?
Oh, it's fun. I'm having a lot good time, yeah.
Okay, so you know about Afrobeats UK going to Gambia.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the whole idea?
It's a very good thing. Like, there's a lot of good opportunities for Gambian musicians, and that's what made me more enthusiastic about the whole thing. So even though I've got to work tomorrow morning, I just came to support. Yeah. So it's a good thing for Gambia. So yeah, I'm here.
Okay, how do you think, apart from the Afrobeats UK Festival, how do you think Gambian music can be more on the Afrobeat scene?
I think like Afrobeats has done really well for the past 4 or 5 years. They've broken through a lot of different barriers, so it could be a path Gambian music could go through to step up to another level. So it's really good. It's a good opportunity for us, and I see potential in a lot of Gambian musicians.
So you think Gambia can do Afrobeat?
Of course, yeah. It's easy. It's just you know, you don't need to put a lot of lyrics in. All you need to do is just get people to dance to something, and then it's cool. Yeah.
Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of the show. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
I met up with Anna Njai, founder of Face of Fashion for Africa. Hello, Anna.
Hi.
Tell us a bit about Face of Fashion for Africa.
I took it over to the Gambia in 2012 and it was a phenomenal success. I took Shola Oyubade of Mahogany International and we mentored and trained and developed 25 young people there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Young Gambians.
young Gambians, and there were some from Sierra Leone and some from Nigeria as well, and Mali and Guinea also, but they all reside in the Gambia. So we had about 10 boys and 15 girls.
Wow. Because I saw the pictures, didn't I, when we met up the last time? I saw the pictures in the magazine and they're beautiful. So creative as well. A lot of thought went behind it.
Yeah, definitely. My background has been hospitality tourism, but then also the creative side as well. Where I'm a balloon artist also, but I worked for education for 5 years, and so that all of that coupled together. Yes, and I've always liked fashion anyway. Back in the day when I was a lot younger, I was more of a fashion icon. So yeah, I was happy to develop it there, just because of how we were received. The young people really received it very, very well, and I was also be able to get my international partners involved as well. I had Carl Lake of Set Photography, who'd never even visited Africa before, so it was a really great for him to be able to do photo shoots out there, and he really trained and really developed the young people there. We were featured in Black Beauty, Black Hair, and also now Isis magazine as well, which is the new one, and also Fab magazine, and they're all international, very well reputed magazines, and you're seeing girls from the Gambia that they've never ever done modelling before, and they're featured in these magazines, and so
they look like professional
very,
models.
very professional. And it's just because I believed in them so much that I decided to take professionals over to the Gambia and develop them. And
because most of the time with unexperienced models, they just have, you know, unexperienced photographers and stuff like that going on.
no, only the best for my Gambians, only the best.
That's good. Good. I saw the pictures; they were great.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the forthcoming event, Afrobeats Festival in UK in the Gambia. How is Face of African Fashion participating?
You know, grace by God that Richard and others, they've seen my work, and just by going even to the meeting for the forthcoming International Roots Festival, they were even more interested as I was able to talk about it, and they've seen the pictures and they asked me if I would like to come on board for the next Afrobeats Festival, and I'm very much interested in doing that, because the synergy is that Afrobeats Festival is attracting young people, and we know that the young people are the next generation, and if we do not develop them, like yourself, you know, we will waste our heritage, our culture, and our talents. So definitely, I think it's a good fusion, and we're very much talking very seriously about it. Yeah, how we're going to feature the Fashion for Africa concept within the festival.
I think it will work really well. Fashion music. Can't go wrong.
Definitely.
Can't go wrong. All right. Well, good. I know exactly. Well, good luck, Anna, on everything, and enjoy the show. Thank you. I'm with the Vibe Squad boys.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, so how are you enjoying the show?
Amazing, buzzing. A lot of stars are here. This is something we've been wanting for this scene for a long time, and we're grateful to be part of it.
Mm-hmm. So as the pioneers and being there from the start of Afrobeats, how far has Afrobeats come?
You'll be amazed how far it's come. Right now we're having a festival. Previously, we could hardly get 10 people together that loved Afrobeats. Starting, we only wanted to go back and find our identities, and now we've reconnected with a lot of people that want to find their identities. And as a continent, we've been sleeping for a very long time. Now Afrobeats is our continental genre, and we're all repping it from Cairo down to South Africa, all involved. Afrobeats for life.
Afrobeats, okay. How far have you seen Afrobeats come as well?
Very far. From the when we started, Afrobeats was not even heard of. Like when you go to a club, they only play 1 or 2 Afrobeat songs, which would be like Premier Gao or Awilo, Carolina.
But now you get a whole club.
Now you hear a whole rave Afrobeats or a whole club only Afrobeats. So if it's come a long way, it's come a long way.
How much further can you go? Because we were saying earlier that it's just Nigeria and Ghana that kind of dominates the scene. Yes, I think so. I think
that all the countries that involved in Africa are Afrobeats. It's not just Nigeria, it's not just Ghana.
Yeah, but when I go to the club, I don't hear a Gambian song.
But you know why? Because it's still a growing process. So we're still getting there. Don't worry.
But the ones that are big now just keep getting bigger, and my country left out.
But listen, even if I'm big and I come to your country and I feature one of your artists in your country, your artist is going to become big as well. Okay. So you make Gambia or Zambia or Uganda, Gambia, stand out. Do you get what I mean? So it's just a learning progress. Don't worry, Africa will get there.
Okay.
And I can promise you that.
Okay.
And it will go mainstream.
All right.
Just like hip hop, just like bashment, just like reggae.
I believe so. So you've heard about Afrobeats Festival going to the Gambia?
Yes.
Are you two going? Please tell me yes.
We are definitely looking forward to it. It's an amazing thing. I think the organizers of it are brilliant. They're geniuses to try to bridge the gap between people in the diaspora like ourselves and people back home. That's the only missing element. I think people did that with reggae, and that's why reggae still stood the test of time. And if we do that as a continent, because Afrobeats does not just represent us as music, it represents us as a culture and as a people and as a race.
Definitely.
And that's something that we've been lacking for a very long time. So it will stand the test of time just like any other genre, and it will not die out like the other genres that did not have a culture behind it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for talking to me, Vibe Squad. I'll see you in Gambia.
Yes, Gambia.
Yeah. I'm with Youngs, winner of Afrobeat Superstars. Hello.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, first of all. Sorry.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
How did you find the whole show?
It was interesting. It was interesting. What I found the most interesting though is the crowd. Like the crowd is just they're like tonight it's like they're just all excited. Like it was great reception with the crowd. Everything was just beautiful. Like I'm enjoying myself. Even backstage I'm enjoying myself.
You opened the show as well?
Yeah.
Good job.
I had the biggest. I think I probably, apart from organising the whole event, I think I had the biggest job by opening up the whole event.
It's so much pressure.
Yeah.
And after just coming out of winning Afrobeat Superstars.
Yeah.
So how was the whole Afrobeat Superstars? How did you find the whole experience?
It was challenging. It made me realise my fan base and actually who's actually supporting me. And even though I don't have the biggest fan base, I had enough to make me win the competition. You know what I mean? A lot of people from America was all voting for me, people from Ghana, people from Nigeria, people from the UK. I was thinking, wow. Like, I just asked a few of my friends to help me get some more supporters and just to push my music out there.
How do you think Afrobeats music in general can be pushed more out there?
You know what? How it can get pushed more out?
More. I mean, we're doing a pretty good job now.
No, I think they're doing it. Like, man like WizKid's all making songs with Wale and Akon and these people, and then P Square, Ross, and they're doing. Exactly. And I don't know if you heard Ice Prince done one with French Montana. So it's just like, nah. They're doing it.
Bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Okay, so how we can, one of the ways that they Afrobeats feel that they can get the African people in Africa involved is by doing festivals in Africa. So this year they're going to Gambia again. I think they went last year, so they're going this year again. Are you coming?
Yeah, I have to come. I have to come.
Okay.
I have to come. Gambia, you know.
Gambia.
I haven't even been on the plane before, but I'm going to Gambia. I want to go to Gambia. I want to see what's going on there.
December.
I want to see. So, do you know who's going to be performing?
I think Atumpa. I know Atumpa's gonna be there, and I know they're gonna get yeah.
Yes.
And I know they're gonna get Gambian artists as well performing. So it'll be good. Yeah, definitely. All right. Okay, I'll see you there. I'll see you in Gambia. All right. I'm with FT Fresh Music. Hello, boys.
Hi, Jigena Def.
Man, you fine? So you just came off stage. How was it?
Yeah, it was lovely.
I can tell you're still buzzing.
Nah, the buzzing is gone, man. When I'm on stage is when I get buzzed.
So when you come off stage,
I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're obviously Afrobeats artist.
Yeah.
How do you think Afrobeats can be pushed more? I mean, it's already doing, pretty good. But how do you think it can be pushed more?
Well, I think events like these need to be happening more. Yeah, and they also need to be spread out, taken to different countries and different places, and more events like this, and just have it played more, aired out more, so that would just make it grow and grow every day,
How do you find the support? Do you think you get enough support as Afrobeats artists, like upcoming Afrobeats artists?
Oh yeah. It's been a great pleasure to be part of Afrobeat movement at the moment. Things are really going good, and people are loving the buzz. And Afrobeat is taking the world into like a storm. So obviously, people like you as well making it happen. Taking Afrobeat to Gambia, it's a pleasure. So yeah, it's growing. We had a good time on stage, and it's growing. Yeah.
Okay. So how else do you promote your music apart from obviously the obvious music videos and whatnot? How else do you promote?
Well, we aim to get some airplays on the radio. We got obviously the social medias, that's locked.
Album out?
Well, album is in the making right now and should be out next year. And we've got a few singles out just to give people an idea of what we do, what we represent. And so really we just want to do more shows, because I believe when we do live, that's how people can really get a taste of what we do, get a feel.
And people kind of connect with
exactly. So exactly. So I don't
He doesn't know.
Yes. All right. Teach me. So yeah, that's what we want to do. We just want to go out there, do the shows, because I believe in the process of making music, having live performance is the best for us.
It is,
because that's fun. That's where we can really connect with our audience, with our fans, with everyone out there. But when you're in the studio, you're a bit isolated, you're on your own. You don't really know what people make of your song and what you do. So it's really nice to go out there and just do the shows.
So you enjoy live, because some artists can't perform.
For me, for us, it's a must. We have to do it live, because at the end of the day, we want when people come and see us on stage, they feel a different vibes than when they go and play the CD. Because when you're in the studio, you can take your time to work out on the verse. But when you're live, you can incorporate the crowd, bring them in, let them feel special. Because obviously they come in to see us, so we want to make them feel part of us, because we are in that moment, we are one.
Do you think you did that tonight?
Of course. You can tell by the way the crowd is reacting to the music. Obviously, we've never released the song worldwide here. At the moment, it's solely on SoundCloud and everything. But whenever we're performing, people are singing the chorus like they already know the songs. So it's amazing. That alone is it's a buzz inside that we can't control. So when we're on stage, it's like the people, by the way they reflect into our music, just give us so much energy as well.
And so much more motivation to do more and more.
Definitely, we're doing music not for ourselves. You know what I mean? We're doing it for you, for the man behind the camera, for the lady, everyone, apart from ourselves. You know what I mean? We might.
So you don't listen to your own music?
We do, but the way I listen to my music is never gonna be the same as the way you would listen to it.
Do you listen and criticize that?
Of course. But it's well appreciated when someone else listens to and tells you what is wrong and what is right. So yeah. Let's give him some teaser. I'ma stay fresh, no Gucci, no. I'ma stay fresh, no Gucci, no. I'ma stay fresh, no Gucci, no. Gucci, no. Gucci, no. I'ma stay fresh, no Gucci, no. African swag, no Gucci, no. Look at this Ronco, no Gucci, no. Straight from Sierra Leone, no Gucci, no.
I hate you. I hate you. That was good.
You know.
Nice talking to you, boys.
Thank you.
Good talking to you.
Yeah.
Good luck. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the show as well.
Man. Yo, you locked in. You tune in and watching right now InterFace Gambia on Bank TV. And I'm chilling here with a beautiful Haddie.
Hey guys, Nadef. This is FT Fresh Music. You locked in into InterFace Gambia on Bank TV. Peace. If I need it.
One people and we are one nation. We thank you for welcoming us back home. And in the spirit of Marcus Garvey, who left with us this saying, forwards ever, backwards never. We are one people. Thank you, sisters and brothers of the Gambia.
Every year, the smallest country in Africa holds an international reunion. Most of these people attending the festival have probably never met before, but they will all share something in common. Purest love for their motherland dearest, Africa. Also, the heritage which goes back to the days of slavery. A shameful trade which led to the separation of their true history, identity, cultural traditions, while preventing unity amongst them and the African continent. The people of the Gambia have come out to welcome their cousins from around the world. This is what brought these people more than 5,000 miles across the world. The true culture of Africa. The reunion creates an atmosphere in which sweet and sometimes bitter memories are revisited.
Immediate Money Services is a one-stop shop financial service provider, an international money transfer company that sends and receives money worldwide with a fast, secure, reliable, and simple-to-use system. We cover various countries: Gambia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Senegal, and much more. We simply have more access everywhere we go. Customer satisfaction, more power in your hands, and easy access to your money wherever, whenever. That's who we are.
I love you.